In the last episode, we laid the foundational layer for the lower circle of Shae's Earthbag bedroom. Mom runs to the store to get the barbed wire and plastic needed for our next step.
Got some plastic sheeting. This is the moisture barrier for the 3 feet on the bottom.
Oh, the thing that goes in between the bags and the dirt wall.
Yes, will be it.
That part of it, which is completely dry. Only the top and bottom are wet. After 3 weeks of raining daily, the water has barely seeped into the ground. And you know what? Look how much that seeped in. An entire inch.
He says sarcastically.
Bullet, look, I got a stick. Got a stick, buddy. Go get it. Yes, you got that stick. So, are we just laying the bag in now, Mom?
Yeah. He wants to be on camera.
Oh, can you move? Thank you. We got the exact amount. It ended right here.
There's gonna be a post in the center of my bedroom, and I really didn't want it to be a railroad tie.
All right, that's the beginning. You're okay there, Dad? Yeah, it was really heavy.
Garen suggested we use some of the old mesquite trunks that we have. They're real thick wood, and I really like that idea. Dad has found our center post, and he's been working on that and getting that ready, so exciting.
We've been catching water for, I guess, almost since we moved out here. Built a whole rain system. We just draw rain off of both sides of the main roof. Picked up this old green broken garbage dumpster thing. That holds, I don't know, 500-600 gallons. 55-gallon barrels all connected one to another. I wanted them up a little bit off the ground so there was a little bit of gravity. What I didn't want was the pipes going across each one of them. I had to step over. So we actually literally went from one down in the ground, back up, and over to the next one. But we did this kind of U shape between each one of the barrels, and we're able to bury that pipe a little bit so we could walk between the barrels easily.
When they were little, they each took a barrel and they painted the rain barrels in their own special way.
And it was so cool. Each one took their own theme, right? Some had a theme of birds, some had a theme of just water spilling.
We're coming back through now and painting each barrel because they're needing new paint jobs now. I'm gonna go over the top of it. It's bittersweet. I actually got all their approval though, that they said it was okay since we got pictures of it.
So this time around, we're gonna try and get the walls as flat as possible. We're taking a brick and we're just tamping the side of it. I had been talking with Mom about wanting to get my walls flatter because I just want my walls really flat. She had seen this YouTube video where they were tamping the inside of the walls and making that flat. We've been doing that and I think it's gonna work out really well.
In my family, my dad was a pilot, and we had opportunities to fly from Sacramento to Washington and vice versa and stuff. So it was really cool. Dad would get us a plane and we'd take a vacation and fly south and stuff. Shae gets the opportunity now to get in a little airplane and take a trip. So that was really cool to watch that happen.
Recently, my good friend Caitlin, she had her birthday and she really wanted me to go up to where she is. She actually got her grandpa to fly her down, and they took me in a little plane and I got to fly up to her area. It was really interesting and just new and fun.
She got to wear the headphones, you know, and a little microphone to come around, and it looked really professional. It was cool.
It's like roads, but instead of telling everyone exactly where you're gonna be with your blinkers, you're communicating like through the headphones. I don't know if this is true for all private planes, but they don't go up to the commercial height. So it's like, it's a little higher than a drone. So I could see like the ground and I could see a lot more detailed than you would in a commercial flight. And oh my goodness, the skies and the mountains, it was really, really pretty. The clouds and just the whole scenery was just beautiful.
We're making cleats now so that we can attach our bags to the post. We got the roof here.
It's a pine tree octopus. Bree, no one believes me that there's a tree octopus.
That's so sad, Bryson.
If you do look it up, you will find a ton of data on it, but it was one big spoof
Is that like,
happened a while back.
yeah, like the jackalope. Bryce
like the
Karen got me
jackalope.
on the jackalope.
Students, they had a whole classroom, and a teacher said to the students to go do a bunch of research on this tree octopus. And the students came back and said there is no such thing.
That's actually pretty good.
That's
really right.
It causes a student to think, you know?
Yeah.
Hey Bryson, why don't you try these out?
Why I wear flip-flops all the time is that sand will just fall out of those. It's hard to do tennis shoes. It'll fill your shoes up with sand.
You were okay with the style.
I'm okay with them if they work. If they don't have a practical use, in this case they didn't work for bagging.
Oh my gosh, he's fast. I just picked up his brother or sister or girlfriend or whoever. Come here. Come here. Keep the dog distracted. No!
You can do it, Shae. We believe in you.
Yes!
Save the front one.
We're gonna put in the electrical the exact same way we've done it on all the previous buildings. It seems to consistently work really good.
Trying to figure out what exactly I want in my room. To figure out what I like so that when I actually get the room done, I can like deck it out. We're like 2 foot high on the bags and I'm like designing the inside. Anyway, so I have the style that I want it to be in.
Black and white and hanging lights. And
one of the things that I really want in there is like just kind of like some pictures. This is why I wanted the wall to be a little bit more flat, because I wanted to put a bunch of pictures on it. And
it's just got a modern feel to it though.
Yeah, it does.
I like it. Well, let's see what we can do, huh?
When we're tamping it, we gotta make sure that we do it when it's wet, because if it dries out, it'll get all crumbly. It's just process, do a layer, tamp it on the top, tamp it on the side, and so forth. The middle of our dirt donut, me and Dad decided that we're gonna stop and we're gonna take that dirt and we're gonna flatten it out. No more donut.
We're going to begin now taking dirt from up above and spreading this dirt around for the floor. And the electrical's in now, so we're making some progress.
Two years ago, we began producing weekly Friday night videos. Our goal is to compete with Hollywood. We have 3 things we want to do to make that happen. First, producing regular videos to help us improve. We can't get better sitting on the bench. We have to get out and play the game. 2, we need to have the best equipment we can afford. Thanks to technology, we can be competitive at a fraction of the price. 3, we need to free up time. For instance, getting Dad home from work so he can spend more time on our projects. What helps finance our adventure is our Patreon page. It's a place where people are helping contribute to our dream. We cannot tell you how much we appreciate everyone who is giving and who has given in the past. We want to take this time to say thank you. We really want to make you proud. If you want to help support us, you can check out our Patreon page. Every little bit is appreciated, but that's not the only way you can help. Like it says at the end of all of our videos, you can like and subscribe. And one of the most important ways you can help is to share these videos. We understand that not everyone wants to, and that's okay, because our goal is to make these videos so good that you can't wait to tell everyone about it. So if you don't feel like sharing it, just wait for next week, because it'll be even better. If you're not comfortable with signing up for YouTube, just by being here and watching at this very moment, you're supporting us. So thank you. Stay tuned for next week when we continue building on Shae's Earthbag bedroom. We look forward to a special guest that we want you to meet. And don't forget, we have our Wednesday evening podcast as well, every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Pacific. You're invited, and we hope you join us. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week. Bye!
Thank you!
Please consider supporting us on Patreon.
You had the heavier end.
Cool.
Our family moved from the city to the country. Thanks for taking part in our adventure.
have new videos every Friday evening. If you would like to help us out, you can like this video, share it, subscribe, or support us on Patreon. See the links in the description.
Must be slumping because look at.
I am
We're like
slumping.
eye to eye.
I could go, probably go. Whoa. If they're straight in front of me, ready to go, I pick them up and wear them.
Oh, the